Hello everyone. The purpose of this video discussion is about the LAX2065 story time. This will be our first discussion video and the task that given to us is to identify two short stories for upcoming week discussion. Before we start, we would like to introduce ourselves. I'm Devasri Chandramogan and my metric number is B10852.
Hi, my name is Imelda Alexan and my meeting number is B10851.
Hi, my name is Guru Nadia Binti Dalmadi and my metric number is B10859.
Alright, let me start first. The first short story that we choose is The Tortoise and the Rabbit. This story is based on a racing event. It's all about a tortoise and a rabbit only. We all know that the movement of each other are different. The overall story is about slow and steady wins and the acting or rushing loss. The reason that we choose this story is because it's very related to our daily life to achieve something. Let me tell you the message of this story. The rabbit is very confident of winning, so it stops during the race and falls asleep. The tortoise continues to move very slowly but without stopping, and finally it wins the race. The moral lesson of the story is that you can be more successful by doing things slowly and steadily than by acting quickly and carelessly so that we can lose anything in our life. In conclusion, I hope this story will be the suitable for our selection of this section. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Secondly, the story that we choose is Rapunzel. I would like to tell about summary of the Rapunzel. There's a woman and man who both really wanted a child but did not have one. The wife became very sick and wanted champion to cure her, but it was only found in a witch's garden. She sent her husband to get some, and he eventually got caught. The witch made him promise that they would give their first child up, so that the witch could raise her. In return, they could have all the rampion they wanted. Rapunzel was born, given to the witch, where she became a very beautiful young woman with long of blonde hair. The witch wanted to protect her from the world, so she locked her in a castle with only a window. The witch would visit every day and would call up Rapunzel and let down your golden hair. Eventually, a prince heard her singing from the window and fell in love. He proceeded to watch the witch and did the same thing himself. Once he got Rapunzel, they instantly fell in love and wanted to get married. After multiple visits from the prince, Rapunzel eventually slept and accidentally mentioned Prince visiting. The witch cut off her hair off and sent her to her live in solitude. When the prince came for Rapunzel, the witch let the hair down and he came up to a surprise. The prince jumped from the window, fell into bush and became blind. After a year wandering the forest, Rapunzel and the prince found each other. Her tears of happiness cure his blindness, and they live happily even after in the kingdom. From the story, we get to know that when something is destined to happen, then no one by other of their powers can stop that from happening. We should never give up on our hope, no matter how bad and how hard the situation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, the two stories that we have selected in our discussion today are The Tortoise and the Hare and Rapunzel. The reason why we have chosen these two short stories is because these two stories contain many moral values that we can take as lessons in our lives. From the Rapunzel story, the most important moral from the story is that when one is destined to have something, he their life, then no one, by any of their powers, can stop that from happening. Which means never give up your hopes no matter how bad or hard the situation. From the story, Rapunzel was took deceived by Mother Gothel for most of her life. Like, but it's when she experienced something new that she really started asking questions and learned the truth. Don't just accept life as it is. Make it your own. They are great listeners and will probably save your life at one point or another. Therefore, another moral that can obtain from the story is take a step out of your comfort zone. Don't believe everything you hear. Things aren't always what they seem. Hobbies are key. Life is full of small, perfect moments and never give up. After that, from the tortoise and the hare story also have some morals that can be taken as lessons in our daily life. The first moral in the story is slow and steady wins the race, meaning that reliability is better than speed. We can see that the hare has fallen asleep during the race and the tortoise continues the race despite its relatively slow movement. The point is we must do not feel arrogant over the advantages we have. We need to be humble because we do not know what will happen and many things will happen if we are not be careful in doing something. But there are some other valuable lessons that could be gleaned with some interesting twist in the tale, which is learn from failure, identify your strengths and use them, and united efforts with better rewards. Finally, we can see that from these two stories have many lessons that we can learn and can be applied in daily life. Although one of the stories that we have chosen is a story about animals, but the story from the story often happens in our lives as human beings. Finally, each story is not about a creature in the story, but the important thing is about the morals of the story. That's all from us. On upcoming week, we will discuss about our first short story. Thank you.